excited and all, but like I don't know where the rest of the team is.
Yeah, you know, it's like getting late. Like it took a while for us to start. They probably went home, so we're just gonna get this thing rolling.
Hold up, Paul. I think I dropped something.
Lucha Megadrive is a Lucha Libre inspired fighting game that has a lot of fighting game. I thought we were making a wrestling game. What are you talking about? This is a fighting game. A wrestling game doesn't require precision or skill. Like it's a fighting game.
Oh, okay. So then it's more like a beat 'em up.
No, you don't even have to use your brain at all in one of those.
You calling me stupid?
Well, I mean, if you've been working on this fighting game with me for the past 3 months and you still don't know what one is, then yeah, I think I am.
You know what? That's it.
Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we got a great show tonight. In this corner, we have Paul Thomas Hanner. In the other corner, we have Gabriel, the programmer. I'm Sean. Yeah, baby. And over there, Reverend tonight is Cole, my boss. Let's get ready for Lucha! Alright, Gabe. I think it's time I showed you what a fighting game really is.
Good, because your docs definitely haven't.
Whoa!
Come on, Gabe, you're not precise at all. It's like playing a wrestling game.
Well, what's the thing about fighting games, Paul? It's just pressing buttons.
See, that one kind of in Lucha Megadrive. Fighting game, you need speed, precision, and technique. And in Lucha Megadrive, you can do this. Chop up and Oh God, is there already into lift bloodshed?
Hit him with the chair!
Really? I'll show you. As you can see, Lucha Libre is an intense and exciting event where conflicts are settled and stories are told in the ring. It's a unique art form, full of self-expression and physicality. And of course, the spectators are involved too. Our goal has been to bring Lucha Libre into fighting games. Now, the concept of Lucha Libre is kind of a broad one, but one thing that makes it so unique is how larger than life it is. For example, within the ropes of the battlefield, luchadors are more than just competitors in masks. For example, this is Prince Puma. To the untrained eye, he's just a guy in a costume with some rocking abs. But much like in theater, the costume is representative of his true form. A fierce Aztec warrior jaguar. In Lucha Megadrive, our hero Johnny Fuego is the blazing heart, the living embodiment of the legendary bird, the phoenix. Players, when playing as Johnny Fuego, can expect traditional fighting game mechanics, such as dozens of complex moves that all require different methods of blocking, and usually build super meter in some form. for bigger super moves. You can also expect Lucha Libre specific mechanics, like pinning to win, the use of running and jumping off of ropes, and appealing to the crowd in order to power up your true form. In summary, Lucha Megadrive is a 2.5D Lucha Libre themed fighting game that rewards traditional fighting game mechanics and offers fast, free-form gameplay. The in-game crowd makes showing off beneficial, and players will feel like Lucha Libre superstars. That's a lot to take in, so let's see it in action.
Imagine a world where wrestling is law. The ring is a battlefield in which all disputes are settled. The crowd's hype is power, and that power is channeled into devastating Mega Drive attacks. The bell will only ring when one luchador is left standing. That world is Lucha Megadrive! Ready? Lucha!
Wiggle wig! Zaya! This! Like blazing uppercut! Zoya! Wait! Away! Like away!
That was a pretty sick trailer. But we have more to talk about. For instance, our target audience. We broke it up into two different psychographics, long-term players and sporadic players. Long-term players commit a lot of time to training their moves. Each match is a learning experience, and they play for the movement-based combat system. Sporadic players, on the other hand, they'll learn a few moves, but each match is more of a show and entertainment, and they play to make a drive mainly for the excitement and social experience.
So making Lucha Megadrive from a technical perspective, there were three main goals I had in mind. First of all was to make my own homemade fighting game system in Unity that both supported traditional fighting game mechanics while supporting the Lucha-themed mechanics that really makes our game unique. My second goal was to make design and art pipelines that give my other team members the freedom they need in order to make the best game possible. As you can see, a crap ton of stuff goes into a normal move. And lastly, we really want to make the game feel good. It has to feel responsive and it has to be fun to play. And I'm glad to report that we've accomplished all these goals and they're ready to be expanded upon further if needed.
So the characters in our game have black outlines with brightly colored textures, you know, to kind of like help them stand out from the background and all the particle effects that are going on. And also, all the characters that we have in mind for this take large inspiration from luchadors because they're like these larger-than-life figures with these brightly colored costumes to really show off like how extravagant they are, and I hope to replicate that in our game.
All right. Looking forward to next semester. We want to add new stages and new unique characters, each with their own movesets. An arcade mode that provides a single-player experience where players can climb the ranks of Lucha Libre International. A training mode where dedicated players can harness their skills in a controlled environment. And lastly, if we have the time, we want to tackle creating an arcade cabinet. Continue to experience the spirit of Lucha long after we're gone.
So who do we need to do all of this? Well, our game is very character and animation heavy, so our first priority is to get 3D modelers who are comfortable with animation. We'd also love to have an environment artist to make cool stages that bring the exciting world of Lucha Megadrive to life. Our last top priority is a graphics programmer, so they can implement cool over-the-top in-game effects and make our game even flashier than it is right now. It'd be nice to have a systems programmer and a UI and sound designer. And I think that wraps up the presentation.
But hold on a second, there's a new challenger incoming! Presenting from the frozen desert, weighing in at 189 pounds, she is the Atomic Avalanche Nuclear Winter!